Good morning. Thanks for showing up for the craft with me. This is my first one, so excited about that. And what I'm doing this morning is I'm actually working on a journal using my winter barns and birds set that's on my Etsy shop. So this is my first time through this too. So this should be fun. So first of all, what I do is I print out, now I've got a couple pre-made here that I worked on last night, but I print out the set in multiple sizes so that I have whatever I'm going to need there. So this is, they're JPEGs, so if you print them out as photos, this is the contact size, and I use those as stamps. That's the Tim Holtz canceling from the, transfer kind of thing. And so I have stamp sizes, and there's three little file folders in there. There's the color birds, and then there's the barns, winter barns, and some of those, they all have some kind of a vintage treatment on them, but you can see that they vary a little bit in tone. And then the black and white birds. So, oh, I think I got a color mixed in there. So, yeah, I do. And then what I do is I print those out in different sizes. So here's the next size up. I think this is wallet or something like that. Or this might be 4x6. So I print those out in different sizes so I have choices, and then I always include a background in the kit, and the background this time is this kind of chippy painted board, and I usually print that out two ways. I'll print out a full sheet, and then I print out these two 5x7 sizes because they're just easy to use that way. So that's what I do. I print those out in a bunch of sizes, and then I'm ready to go with whatever size I decide I want to use in certain situations, right? So I have started this along a little bit so that this, I'm just going to do part of the craft. This is one of my favorite photos on the cover. And I took this during a blizzard, so this was one of those situations where I knew I probably shouldn't be out in the car, but it was too beautiful to pass up. So, and this is one of my favorite barns. This is up in western Pennsylvania, just up near the Ohio border. So I did a chipboard backing, and put that photo on there, and flip. And you can see I've used that for the chipboard for the spine also, and folded this over the edges and kind of trimmed out the little notches here. And so that's going to be my cover. And because I have so much trouble doing the stitching through a spine, I'm really not very good at that. I decided to try a different tactic this time, and I'm using the craft text to sew through, so that the signatures are all ready to go. So I have my signatures all put together and sewn through this craft text. This stuff is pretty sturdy. I was surprised. It's adjust the light here a little bit. It's pretty sturdy, and unless you get really rambunctious, you're not going to tear through this material when you're tightening your thread. And I'm using a pretty thick bookbinding thread, so I wanted to make sure that didn't tear up my pages. So I should have used a smaller needle. I used a bookbinding needle, and it's huge. It's probably okay for things like this, but it makes kind of a big hole on your paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this in, and yeah, I have my coffee here. I don't know how this happened. This never happened to me before, but I I ran out of coffee, so I use the stuff that I dye paper with, the instant coffee from the dollar store, because hey, it's still coffee, right? So when you need caffeine, you need caffeine. Oh my goodness, I gotta get some more Fabri-Tac. I'm using Fabri-Tac, and just a side note, I used to be an EMT, so I always think about health issues. Make sure you have ventilation when you use Fabri-Tac, because it's so loaded with acetone that the last time I was working with it, I had fingernail polish on, and I forgot there was acetone in the glue, and it touched my fingernail polish and started to pull it off, and was transferring to my project. So not good. All right, so I'm gonna line this up here. You get a little bit of time to move it around if you need to, but not a whole lot, because this sets pretty quickly. I just want to make sure it's straight, because I can't stand it when things are crooked. Okay, it looks like it's lined up on my score marks. So press that down and hold it for a second. I really like this stuff. I think I'm going to continue to use this because it's sturdy stuff. I like that. Let me see if I can get a little more light on this side for you. Well, maybe I'll take out some of the shadow anyway. All right, that should be good. Okay, so there it is, and we're glued in there, and looks like that's going to work pretty well. So I'm going to do my insides now. Now, I think, oh, come on now, don't come back up. This Craft Text may take a little bit longer to bond. I'm not sure. My first time using it. Or it may take a little extra glue. What do you think? Oh, maybe it just didn't like being folded up like that. Oh, that's the issue. Okay, so the back's gonna, I don't care if it comes off of the spine there. In fact, I kind of wanted that. I just don't want it to come off of the sides where it's glued down. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna stay. Okay, so I want to have a closure in this one, something to tie the book shut. So I have to put that in before I put the cover over that. And what I'm using in this book is, I went to the thrift store and I got a couple flannel shirts that I thought were really cool and started cutting those apart. So I think what I want to do is use a piece of the flannel for the tie. So let's see, what part, maybe not even the same. I'm not really matchy-matchy, so I'm not really sure I even care. This is 100% cotton. I don't know that it matters that much, but I just like the way, I just like cotton. I like working with cotton. It's got a little bit of stretch, but not too much. Okay, so there's one, and that's gonna fray. I want to fray that a little bit at the end, and maybe I will make this the same. Doesn't hurt once in a while, right? So this is the sleeve, because I think what I'm going to do, what magazine was it in? Greencraft, same people that do Somerset Studio. Did you see the aprons that they had in there? So cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. And well, are these even generally the same width? close. Maybe I'll trim that up a little bit. Anyway, they in the one, if you saw the magazine, in the one apron that they made, they used the bottom of a shirt for the basis of the apron. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I think I'm going to save the bottom of these shirts, because you can have a flannel apron, right? Okay, so there's my two ties, and lots of flannel droppings there. And so what I'm going to do is, oh, I want to keep the fringy side out. What I'm going to do is glue these in before I put my backing down. Oh, Fabri-Tac. I hate it when you start to bubble out the top. All right, so I'm going to get some good amount of glue on there. Put this right about there. I want to get a good enough bit of fabric back there that it's not going to pull out easily. It's going to probably make a little bit of a lump, but I don't care. That's all right. We can handle a little lump. All right, and then on this side, I want to be, which side do I want? No, leave that side out. I want to be about right there. How's that for eyeballing it? Put it about right there. Put it all over the place, right? Smear it all over the place, then you can't miss. There. Oh, wow. I'm even surprised. Okay. So, great. Now, for the inside part of the pages, I decided that I wanted to use that background, this stuff, because I might want to put a pocket in there. Oh, I'm going to put this at the top. I like that rusty nail. So it's going to be about like that. And the other thing is, I like that the gray matches this gray craft text that I chose. Now the craft text comes in brown and white. I got a variety package, so there's black, brown, white, gray. I think that's it. But I like the gray for this because there's so much gray in here. So let me get this all gluey. I need something that's going to hold my Fabri-Tac bottle upside down without it leaking everywhere, so that it's ready to go. Actually, what I need to do is make a trip and buy a new bottle. Use my 50% off and or 40% off at Michael's and get myself a new bottle. Okay, so that's good and gluey, and I want the nail at the top. So I'll lay that in right there. Cute. Oh, I love these textures. I love textures. When I go out and take photos, I'm always looking for textures like this. I take pictures of rocks and trees and brick buildings and stone buildings. I just went out. I live on an old farm, and I just went out. There's the remnants of a foundation for a barn, and oh, I was so excited because not only is it stone with really great, texture and everything, but it is it's mossy. So there's such great colors in there, as grays and tones of brown, and then the green moss and the cracks. So I was really excited to get some photos of that. So that'll be in a kit soon. I can't wait to use it myself. I really love the natural elements, and that's why, and I enjoy barns because they're so country, aren't they? They're just, I love the country farm look and all that stuff. And they're disappearing too, so I really love to document old barns. And they have such great textures. They're all full of textures. I'm gonna actually put my lid on there. Okay, so this time I want the paint chippies at the top. So there we go. I pre-cut these just to save a little bit of time because I just wanted to get part of this done, and then I may be doing more decorating down the road. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting because the craft text has a little bit of thickness to it too, but that's no problem for the Fabri-Tac. So hold that down for a second, let that dry. Good old Fabri-Tac. Okay, so there we are. I left lots of room in here for adding things on, but here's the ties for the book then. Cute, right? Oh, yeah, I like it. It keeps that country kind of feel, and as you add things, you know, decorating pages, things are going to poke out the front anyway, so this will keep them contained. So there's that part of it. Now I just want to show you quickly. I started working last night on prepping some of the photos that I'm going to use inside, so I wanted to show you a couple of those. Let me open a page here so that we have something to work with. Okay, so here is one of the photos, and I just sewed some of that flannel on. Wouldn't that be cute? So that's all ready to go, and you can use that as a tuck spot. But I just really love the addition of that fabric on there, and I actually got 2 flannel shirts. This is the other one because I wanted a couple different patterns. Isn't that nice? And they're so inexpensive at the thrift shops. You can pick up these 100% cotton flannel shirts, and I don't care if they're a little bit nappy because I want them to look worn and warm, and they just say warmth and country to me. So those are my 2. These are the 2 that I got. Whew, lots of debris there. And then I have these washi tapes. Isn't that great? So I have these washi tapes that I can use throughout that are going to kind of go along with that. So, and then here's one backed larger on it. And I think what I might do is, I don't know if I'm going to do craft paper. Oh yeah, that really picks up the brown. So look how that picks up the brown there in the photo. Isn't that great? Oh, craft paper. I love it. So you could do something like that, and then I wanted to use some of the color. You need some color for a pop of color. So here's one of the color birds. There's a whole bonus folder in there that has the bird photos again in color. And I just think it's so nice to have that pop of red to go with the thing. So you can do that or add other elements on there. But and you can ink these easily. In fact, I have a little bit of ink. What I do is I print this on a, what's it called? It's just a regular paper from Staples or something like that, and it's, I think they call it like a folder paper or something. It's a little bit heavier. It's not photo paper, but it's a little bit heavier and has this matte finish. So you can tone down any of the white spaces in a photo just by using a little bit of your ink and inking either around the edges or right on the photo itself if you use that. So so I did that, and let me see, and we got that. And then these little stamp sizes, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And here's one that I distressed. So are you going to focus there? Can you focus? Hello. I don't know if that's, I don't know where it's focusing. Anyway, that's one of the ones that I did as the, contact size. And then, you know, if you just, when you're inking that up, if you just fold it and then ink on the fold, because you know how old photos were always getting bent and then they would age. You almost focused on it. And then for the edges, to make it look like the old kinds of photos that we used to get, I just used these, you know, these shape scissors. And just went around just the stamp size. I mean, you could use it on anything, but I just went around the stamp size to make it look more like a stamp. But look how well the birds come up, the ones that have, you know, the individual birds on them. You can even see the little cardinals there. That one's a little bit harder to see because there's so many of them. But the, you know, the barns come up really well. So, oh, there's the cardinal. And then this is the Tim Holtz, the rub off. Do I have that here? Of course not. One of his rub off transfer kits. And actually, I think I did it backwards. I think it's supposed to be lines and then the circle. Oh, well. And then I did one. Oh, what happened to it? Here it is. Very inexpertly myself with just a marker, because I just wanted, you know, kind of like the feel of a cancellation postmark. So you can do that too. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's supposed to be vintagey and old, right? And they would have been faded anyway. So there's that. Let me see. What else do I have? What else do I have? So I'm not sure what all I'm going to do yet. I have to plan out my pages. And some of these I'm going to cut down because, you know, of course I went with a really small size booklet. But I had printed this out as a 8 by 10. And I just thought, oh my gosh, that would make such a great little cover. And what I'm debating on is whether I want to, because see, right now the spine's just like that. It's just the paper, but I'd like to reinforce spines. So what I might do is use this flannel. Let me see if I can hold this. There we go. I might use this flannel on the edge of the book, you know, to reinforce that spine. So I'm not sure yet, but I think I might, because then you can add additional things here. You could put some lace on there if you wanted to make it a little less, kind of looks, I don't know, a little more masculine, right? But those decisions are going to have to be made. And then again, I might do this just to match the ties. That would be pretty cute too, and then it matches the ties. It just makes me think of like hot chocolate and warm slippers and a comfy robe, you know? So anyway, just wanted to get you started on this and show you what some of the possibilities are. Oh, I'm gonna have to use the die cut on there. I like it. I like it. Just to show you the possibilities with this. And I hope you check it out on Winterbird Boutique and at the Etsy stores. And so when I do some of the pages, I'll come back and we'll craft together again. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.